All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Metaphysical Communion 21. It's been a bit of an issue getting on here, but finally, Zoom was giving me a bit of a problem. Very unusual. Anyway, finally getting connected to the page, and here we are at 9:14. All right, almost 15 minutes late, but nevertheless, we're here. And for those of you who are viewing, thank you for joining me. I hope the connection is good for you and you can hear me well. And let's see, okay, I've got some people popping up here. I see Valerie and Christina, hello. Now that I know that you're there. And here we are. I'm actually viewing myself here on Facebook for the first time. So, technology and its wonders. Well, okay, I'm hearing myself like 3 times over, just because I'm on Zoom, I'm on Facebook, and I'm live. So I'm hearing myself in stereo. I don't know if you're hearing me in the same way, but anyway, as long as you can hear just one of me, that's what this is all about. Anyway, welcome to the program. And here we are on this beautiful, cool night here in New York City. Nice and bright and clear. And it is tarot tonight. So, as I advertised, we're going to do spot readings with tarot, for those of you in the audience. So if you saw my post earlier throughout the week, it's just basically, just very fast tarot using 4 cards and just right at the moment readings for you. So if you have a question, just please place that in the chat window and we will do, the tarot for you based on that question. And let's see, you hear it too. Okay, yeah, I know it's impressive, isn't it, Valerie? Okay. So let's see if I can do something about that. Hold on. I'm going back to Zoom. So let me know if you can hear me now, for instance. Getting back on Facebook, I'm double doing things. Now, can you hear just one of me at this point? Somebody please put that in the chat window. Or can you not hear me at all? Better. Thank you, Christina. Perfect. Thank you, Anne. Thank you. Okay, so I shut down the volume from my computer, and obviously it's working now from the volume on Zoom. So I can't hear myself anymore, but that's a good thing. I don't have to hear myself. As long as you can hear me, that's the important thing. I'm viewing myself currently right now on Zoom. This is the first time I've actually been able to achieve, this type of connection. For some strange reason, the Zoom wanted to originally connect on my personal page. That's never happened before. I have no idea why that did. I made no connections prior to make it go, there. So, but for instance, for some reason, this time it asked if it, could join immediately, there. So I said no. So it took like 2 or 3 tries to get it to connect and then provide me the choice between my personal page and my public page, which is DeAngelis Colon, Transpsychic Express, where this belongs. So as once I was able to link there with the right connection, now it's streaming directly from the public page. So very good. So And oh, Amy. Okay, sorry, Amy. Again, there's just so much happening here. I'm just trying to establish, myself here first and foremost. But anyway, thank you for being here. Good to see you. Hello, Kyla. Good to see you here as well. And let's see. So we'll get more of a group going now that things are connecting. Here, so we'll spend the night, doing some fast and easy tarot, for all of you in the audience. And it should be a fun evening. They usually are when we do live readings here. People start coming on later and later as they see me, on the screen, and we'll just get it going, from there. In the meantime, a little bit of an astrological report, for all of you. And obviously, we're in a very fascinating time as we're in mid to the end of April. So the month started off pretty even and pretty good with some nice aspects there. But as promised, from the start, it was going to become tricky towards the midpoint and especially towards the end. And sure enough, that is manifesting itself with the energies. We have a full moon coming up very soon, in Scorpio. So that's a very intense emotional sign right there, working along with the moon. Both the moon and Scorpio are water. So right away, it's high emotions. So if you've been feeling a lot of tension lately, a lot of extra activity in regards to your emotional life, your personal life, your interpersonal relationships or so, you can look into that aspect of things astrologically as to why there's a heightened sense of urgency, agitation, perhaps some anxiety and worry that at times can feel a bit out of control. The moon exerts a great influence, especially this month, with being in Scorpio. In addition, we have the sun in conjunction with Uranus, as this is occurring with the moon. So, and the moon is being affected strongly in this way too. So, as I look at my notes here regarding this, let me just double check to make sure. So it can give you the most accurate information as always. Because I do have some notes here because I thought it was very important to report this to all of you. Just in case if you're having difficulties, with relationships, arguments lately, hurt feelings, miscommunications even, that's, part of the reason why, because we have these aspects astrologically happening, which certainly enhance and exacerbate those types of reactions. So let me find what I'm looking for here in my notes for you. And let me see. As I'm looking here, I give you the exact time and date of what's happening. You're here with it. Oh, here we go. Okay. So we do have a difficult full moon, approaching. We feel the energy already because it doesn't really have to be set exactly on the date, as you know. The influence starts happening days and even a few weeks, prior, especially when things are topsy-turvy the way they're going to be in the next few days. So this weekend should be extra special. So it's about treading lightly, being mindful about what you say, how you speak. Communications can be affected strongly also. And just take things easy. All right, that it's not you 100%. There's these influences that are going about making this so. What you need to do is just relax into it. This too will pass. Think before you speak. Don't take things to heart, overly so. Don't be overly impacted by anything that occurs to you. Be aware, use your logic, use your left brain, your mind a bit more for this. That will help you navigate through these things and get through this. It's going to be with us for about a week or so. So this isn't just something that's happening in a few days and that's it. Let me see, the full moon is happening on April the 26th, which is Monday. So, and after that, it's going to be a few more days of tumultuous energy emotionally, psychologically. So it's about just being aware, taking things with stride, with ease and making the best of everything. You will get through this for sure. So we do have this difficult full moon. In fact, it's one of the most difficult full moons of the entire year, as I'm seeing here. So the full moon will be influential from April 24th to April the 30th. So that gives you exact dates, for this at its height. And let's see. And of course, the full moon, let's say, is Scorpio is at 7 degrees. So this is early into the full moon already. So it's beginnings, initiating things. A lot of mental aspects, work there, especially when we're in the first degrees, of these types of experiences. So we have Uranus also working in Taurus, directly opposing at 180-degree angle, to the full moon in Scorpio. So that's going to affect a lot of things because Uranus is a planet of unpredictability. It is an air symbol. So a lot of mind games can be going on as well, tricks of the mental scape. So with those conjunctions happening in that way, with the unpredictability of Uranus being in such a mental place, the moon, as well as Scorpio being water, emotions, things can get misconstrued, misunderstandings, exaggerating things more than what they are, also. A lot of this can be occurring, here. So it's just to be mindful, being cautious. Hello, Pauline. How are you? Good to see you here. And just being, having your feet on the ground, be grounded, be firm. Keep your senses wide open. Awareness is everything when we have these difficult aspects. And it's about, just, taking it easy, seeing things as they are. Don't overreact. By next weekend, this too shall pass. So that's an important message for you to know, because we're in it already. We've already been experiencing some things already this past week. So it's just going to escalate a bit more over the weekend, especially. Now we're really going to go launching into it more and more. So it's about, just taking it easy, be aware. Calm, serenity, peace is everything. That will help to disperse this energy as best as possible. It doesn't mean that it's going to be fully immune to it, but it does mean that, you'll be able to handle things appropriately. It's about using your mind in the right way. Don't let your emotions run away with you. It may be a little bit difficult at the beginning. It'll be even a bit of a struggle, for this, but you will be able to accomplish this and manage it. Remember, knowledge is power. Self-empowerment, that's all it takes. Once you have control, you'll see how it starts to dissipate. You will be in charge. And the rest will start to flow with greater ease. So that's the first message, for all of you this evening in regards to the astrological aspects. It's important because it is perhaps the most difficult moon, of the year. And there's enough going on already as it is in the world, as you can see. So that adds to this, kinetic, tumultuous energy. We don't want to have that affect us personally in such a way where we're really starting to react because of the external influences, let alone the personal. So awareness, once again, is everything. So let me see, I'm scrolling here a bit to see what's going on. All right, very good. So we're in it, here. So we'll do that. As I said, we're going to do spot readings for this evening. People seem to enjoy this always. I love doing them, as you know. I'm not doing as many readings as I used to in the past since the pandemic. So this is a thrill for me to do, to be able to provide to you and to work with spirit as always. My guides are always with me, especially for these events. So we're going to work all together here and we're going to make things happen. So your questions, you can put them out there and we'll start addressing those, when you're ready. So whoever is ready at this point, you can start chatting, putting in your first question in the chat window, and we'll go on from there, okay? And I'm sure more people will join us later on. And then we want to give them enough time so that we can read them properly as well. All right. Yes, Amy, I'm so glad that you're thrilled. I'm happy too. So Valerie starts us off with her first question. So let's see. All right. So Valerie, let's get into the cards right away and start getting their energy moving for you. So I'm going to shuffle them just for you as I shuffle them for each and every individual. So a moment of silence, please. Let's focus, concentrate on our questions. Ask Spirit to help and to provide the answers that we are looking for. And acceptance for whatever it is that they have to say to us about our questions and concerns. All right. All right, Valerie. So in regard to your particular question, actually, this looks favorable, for you at this time. Apparently, there have been some concerns about where you're at right now. That's been there for quite a while. And it's about communications with others, first of all. So whatever's befallen in the past is making you want to feel like you're wanting to move. Apparently, there's been discussions, but things haven't been really connecting. You haven't received the responses that you were hoping for, the agreements, the cooperation, there. However, communicating with others in regards to a new place is going to be very favorable. Those connections becoming, it's very important to communicate with others about this, working together, not so much doing this on your own. It's about seeking help, advice, and guidance in order to start making this happen. Jupiter is very favorable for you right now for this. And the swords are here because we have the Four of Swords for you, if you can see this. So the Four of Swords are of the mind. It's a very grounded energy, but it deals with cooperation and working together. And it is about camaraderie. So that's important, but at the same time, it's grounded as well. It is the mental aspects. Jupiter, is helpful with this. So you have good luck on your side, your expansion and growth here, for this. Here, the present situation, there's someone or something that has not been in agreement with you regarding, where you are right now. So there have been problems, complications, you haven't been heard. There's somehow a lack of respect there in some way, and not having things, you're not being listened to. There's a lack of satisfaction. And there's more about here, the Prince of the Prince of Cups, which is very Scorpio based. And because we have a Scorpio, moon as well, it's tension, not getting along well. It's miscommunications, feeling you're being taken advantage of, you're not being heard, lack of respect here. So at this point, it's a good time you're kind of exhausted with all of this, and it's about time for a change, for something new. for you, for something to happen. Obstinance, a bit of struggle is in the way here because something doesn't want to really let go of this for you for whatever reasons. There's concerns here. Prince of Pentacles comes up. So this can indicate blockages of someone who's like somehow not being cooperative and getting in the way of things for you to move forward to your future. So be aware of that. So it's about, handling things in a way that with patience. Taurus energy works here as well. So that can be a bit stubborn as well, and a bit of a blockage. Also, it takes time for things to move here in this aspect of things. And because we have Uranus and Taurus as well, doesn't mean that things are going to be so easy in being able to navigate through all of this, to come out of this, so well. It will take some time and some effort, to, find space to remove yourself from this particular, situation. It's about being stealth, cautious, mindful, investigating, exploring, talking to the right people to help you along with extricating yourself from this circumstance and moving forth to something and someplace new for you. You're going to have to be a bit of a detective here. We have the Princess of Swords here. So we have people here. All four symbols deal with people and movement and those who are opposing your situation and those that you need to connect with to receive help and guidance, and especially helping yourself. Because the Princess of Swords denotes you and the action that you have to take. And that means it's being very clever and it's being very sharp and clear, investigating, exploring things, seeing what you need to do to get yourself out of the situation wisely, legally, also, and to do things right and to find out what's going on behind the scenes, whether on your own or with the help of others, to help extricate yourself from this, to get the help that you need to ease this situation so you can finally move off from here. So that's what needs to be done. Work will need to be happening here in order for you to get from where you are to where you need to be. But definitely there's help on the way. Jupiter wants to see you grow, wants to see expansion, wants to see you move into your future. That will give you help, will support you greatly, wants to see you happy, but it will take a big effort in order to get there. So be aware. So start sharpening your senses and connecting with the right people that will be helpful for you with this. And that's start there to get you, away from here and into the next, place where you wish to be. And then things will certainly be much lighter and better for you and more positive. All right. So I hope that satisfies your question. So very good. Let's see who else. And let's see who else is out there. And Joanne, hello, how are you? Good to see you here as well. Okay, and Christina, you're the next person I see. Hold on. No, let me see. Hold on a second. Hold on. I see Amy had the question prior to Christina. So let me see what I can do for Amy here. All right, let's see. So we'll address your question regarding guidance and regarding to your transitions. Okay. Work is always a major problem, isn't it, with things? It's either personal space or work, where you need to like shift and move one thing to another. All right, Amy, let's now shuffle the cards for you and address your question about change and transition, making things better for you. Okay. And we're going to go with this from here. All right. In regard to your question, Amy, it's about patience also, temperance. And that's the symbol here, temperance. This is emotions, but it's also groundedness that is required. So things may seem a little bit clouded right now in a way for you. You're uncertain about where you're going, what you need to do. Temperance and patience is everything. Handle everything with a state of grace. Take your time. Plan what you're going to do and what it is that you want to do in regards to transitions and making things work. So that's number one. I'm looking at your question again. All right. I think you have to fulfill yourself more with creativity, number one. And there's a change there in that. And it's about letting out more of your creative self, which is in there for you, and explore the possibilities of what you can do with what you wish to put out there in the word creatively speaking, and promote that and put that out more. And it's about being more almost independent in your type of work, and doing more of what you need to do for yourself and promoting that to the public and getting that out there. It's about lots of decisions that need to be made. You feel a bit stuck right now. And against uncertainty of what to do about this. Too many thoughts, too many things going on in your mind. And that's causing you some concerns. We have here the 10 of Swords for you to be aware of. So that's a very mental sign, and feeling that we're a bit blocked and stagnated. And it's about freeing yourself and the need for that. It's about liberty, within your own self, your own psyche, and letting go of stuff that's no longer relevant, for you, and that may be causing you to be hindered. And it's about putting things in place, letting things go from the past, present fears that you may have, overcoming that confidence, building upon that as well. 10 is a new beginning and a fresh start that's just about there. You're just uncertain of how to go about it. When we remove the 0 from a 10, it's 1. It's a new beginning. So you're just getting at that point where the discomfort is so great that you just have had enough. And you're almost in a sense of desperation about what to do and how to move out of things. And here is where you've just got to find some inner peace with yourself. Focus on what your strengths are. Have faith in that. Move forward. Lose any tensions, apprehensions with that. 4 of Cups comes up for you here. And this is a symbol, once again, of concern. Also, and uncertainty as well, disappointment, as well. So we see that here. This is water, here also, which is emotions. So it's about basically getting over disappointments, getting over what I cannot do. Basically what I was telling you a moment ago. And have realistic expectations of things. Don't float off into a fantasy realm of, well, this and this, I can make a go of this, I'm sure this and that. You have to get more concrete about things, accept things, as they are, and become grounded, which is difficult when the emotions are high, but it's important under these circumstances. And it's about getting it together and doing what you need to do, and be realistic about things and see what it is that you can achieve and what may be a little bit too far out of your reach at this time. So it's about plans, being real, getting more creative, exploring that more and more. It's about almost like being your own boss and perhaps having your own business at some point. That's what the energies kind of tell me. And the thing is that it takes a little while and to improve upon that also. So right now things are in the balance for you. And what better choice than the Hangman, to provide that message to you. So you're just there. You've had enough, and you're just about to break. But you're just having to be right there in the middle of things, because you have to figure out how to proceed properly with this and see what you need to do within yourself. You may have the right connections, the right information to proceed, but it's now about getting yourself, more strengthened and resolve and making concrete final plans to make things start to happen. This is a crucial period right now, especially at the beginning of May, when things start to settle a bit more. And those next 2 weeks will be critical because that's when your mind will be at its clearest to make decisions of this sort. And to do what you need to do that's going to make you the happiest. And as you said here, to fulfill your personal life. And that's what you do, what satisfies you the most. Work at what is going to make you happiest. It may be a big change for you. It may even feel like a risk, but that's what needs to happen in order to be feeling that you're finally in the right place in your life and you're feeling that you're going in the right direction and you're doing what is best for you. So it's decisions. The next 2 weeks in May, the first 2 weeks are going to be very important to start putting that into place. Because afterward, we have Mercury retrograde, coming upon us later on in the month. And that's going to screw things up for us in regards to decisions and making things happen. It starts to slow things down and it can even confuse us. Not a good time to make big life-altering decisions or changes. It's good to plan, however. So if you need to continue to plan during that time of what you're going to do, excellent period for those 3 weeks until June the 6th. But beforehand, enduring, implementing things is not the time for that to be. So just be aware of that. So, but, just think carefully and things will, go out accordingly for you. Christina, you're next. Let's see. All right. Yes, well, Christina, you're a person who used to action and movement a great deal, in your life and also in your profession as well. Even though with the pandemic, I don't know how things have been going in that area of things, but you've always been a person who's always been, you've never still. You're always doing something. You're always creating. You're always doing something new. That's just part of your personality, part of your nature. It's part of the reason why you've been able to accomplish so much, as such a young person as well also. And you've just happened to be very, fortunate as well, too, in your life. So it's been a lovely combination for you. But right now with the pandemic or so, things have been a bit difficult. So I'm sure you must have slowed down, as well during the past year or so, and things are getting better now. And you sense, that there's change going on and movement, happening, which is a good thing. And you're anxious and eager, to get started, also restarted once again on more of what you need to do for yourself. So in that regard, we see a very sharp, wise, woman here coming up, the Queen of Swords. First of all, that's for you, Christina. So we see here, air, taking charge, control, putting what you've accomplished in your interest and your experience, into play once again. It's about planning, but also about movement into making things happen once again. Perhaps there's some new ideas that you have percolating in your mind, in a business way, besides personal, that you want to start, putting out there and see what we can do to bring you success or so. So it's planning stages for you at this time, bring it very sharp and clear. Mentorship is very important for you too. And it's about talking to the right people, but also with spirit as well, too. And connecting with your guardian spirits who are out there helping you, and the mentorship as well from the spiritual side of things. There are one or two out there that are helpful for you in that regard, who've helped you throughout your life, especially in the last 5 years or so, and are always there and being helpful now. So it's listening and connecting with them, also. We see here also romance in the background too. So getting off that subject a bit, because we saw that, here in the card as well, and that picking up of that energy also. And it's about, let's see, perhaps there's someone in the background there that might be making themselves more prominent in your life. And hopefully, someone that you can consider more, a little bit more seriously. So that's there in the works, too. So that's going on the personal side of things there. Continuing, Five of Pentacles is change and movement. And that means, as I said earlier, you're anxious to move out, get moving and going, and being the go-getter that you are once again. And we see this here, you're getting a little bit like cabin fever in a way. And so we see that, I sensed that even before this came up. So it's about change and movement, how you handle it and what you're going to do, and your outlook and your perspective on things, your attitude. It will help a great deal. Patience is a virtue. Again, we're in the time of COVID-19, so patience is major right now. Before we set forth and start doing things, we have to make sure that we're protected, we're doing things in the right way. But in regards to ideas or so, whatever, it's about making sure that those ideas and those business aspects are sound and concrete. Using your past experience, bringing it now to the new age of things. It's adjusting, accommodating things to the way things are now. Bringing all those elements together will be very helpful for you to be innovative and, again, to proceed in that way, so you hopefully get more of a level of success. It will take some time. Attitude is everything, for this. Restlessness or so, but the better the attitude, the better the outlook, the more realistic, the better the outcome is. You draw that energy to you. The death symbol comes up as a period of transition for you. So this is major. This is not a bad thing. There's no literal death happening here. So relax about that for you. I don't see that happening, thank goodness. But it's about change and transition, as I was talking a moment ago, and seeing that there's a new horizon coming up, letting go of certain things from the past that are no longer going to be helpful to you. It's just not going to work anymore, personal as well as business. We have to adjust to our new living arrangements, and for the time being anyway, and work along that and follow that stream of what we can do as opposed to what we cannot. And it's about being creative, and you are a very creative person, and see about how making that work also. Business in another place or so, another territory, that may be something that you might be thinking about also, and perhaps restarting that in some way. So look into that again. I don't see it happening immediately at this time, but it's certainly worth looking into once again. Holistic wellness. Also consider locally where you currently are as well, about exploring that and branching that out and building that up again and seeing what you can do. Connections with others are important also, so they can be of assistance here or in the other place, as well. So we want to bring that up to you too. But right now, things aren't really moving the way you'd like. So you're going to have to listen to that and be still. However, action and outcome looks very good. It's about being grounded and good. The Emperor is here to be of help to you. The Emperor always talks about the left brain of things, business, organization, putting things in order. Very important. Strong energy, Aries energy, which is beginnings, foundations, taking charge of things, making things happen, putting things together. Very important. You have the talent and the ability to do that. This energy, this spiritual guidance will be there for you strongly. It will make things feel more concrete, more real for you. And it will make you really think in a sharper, more realistic way, because this will not allow you to go off into and spasm into fantasy, which you don't tend to do anyway, luckily. But it's about giving you a solid foundation for what you need to do, and crossing your T's, dotting your I's for things, and making sure that everything is in place as you start to endeavor on something new and explore into something else. For June, Uh, let's say it's about, planning at that time and putting things together. June, yes, you'll have more freedom. You'll have more ability to move about and to start doing things. But on a more major scale or so, that's going to take a few more months. So we see action happening or so definitely in June. There will be some steps forward. The summer, also will be where it starts to build more on that for you, Christina. And then more towards the second half of the year, like towards, let's say, late second quarter to the third quarter, or late third quarter to the fourth quarter of this year is when you'll be able to have more of the freedom, flexibility to be able to accomplish more of what you wish to do in moving forward, in your life in general. So I'll leave you with that. Next person, let me say, don't make sure that I'm not missing anyone here because I see people are starting to pop in here. And let's see. All right. So we have Pauline. All right. So Pauline, let's see what we can do for you. And then Joanne afterward. So we're going by order of the chat wall, here. And we're moving forward here. We're doing good on time. So that's excellent. And I just want to focus on Pauline's question. Whoever else is below, because I have to scroll. I don't know if there's anybody else or so, but I'll hopefully get to you. We have a lot of time. We start a little bit late this evening. So, we'll try to cover as many of you as possible this evening. So once again, as I shuffle the cards for Pauline, and we bring in her energy here. Okay. Okay. Interesting, Pauline. Very interesting for you. And your question. Let's have a look. Well, definitely yes. In regards to your question. The ancestors have been with you for a very long time, have always been there from the beginning. I don't even know why you're questioning this. I would think you would know this on your own already. So definitely so. With the Queen of Cups, here, we have a lot of help that is familiar and we can consider ancestral. Queen is mother, energy, also. Cups are emotions, family, relations, spiritual, the emotions, water, connect beautifully, with spirit and spiritual energy. So definitely your guides from the ancestors from way long ago, honey. And I mean, we can go back thousands of years, for you as I'm seeing this and getting a sense of it. You may not even be fully aware of who these people are for you, but they're all linked, as family spirits, to you in part, as well as through spiritual, which is for everyone. Also in your particular ancestry guide, in your particular background, for you, Pauline. So it comes from both aspects, of things. And you've always been connected spiritually. And you have always received guidance, and you may have not always listened to everything they're saying to you, but they have always been there nevertheless, and they've never, abandoned you. So be aware of that. You're just a very strong-willed person who at times likes to do things a lot on your own, which is a good quality to have, and be someone who takes charge of things, who doesn't like to be overly dependent of others or anything. But at the same time, from what I get a sense of here, you've also wanted to go a few times, a little bit too far off on your own with certain things, and it hasn't really worked out as well because you just didn't really blend enough with the guidance from spirit that was provided to you, in part. We see what needs to go, what needs to take place. There's movement for you, action. Spirit is definitely with you. The Ace of Wands shows that. New beginnings and a fresh start in a very powerful way. Taking charge of things. Wands are fire, energy. Again, closely aligned to spirit. cleansing, also. This is initiation of a new start and a new beginning for you as well. But doing things in the right way, of course. And you have the opportunity for that to happen. And actually, not too far off in the future, that energy is already starting to manifest, for you. It's there to help you. And, so you have a lot of energy, a lot of magic energy there. The ancestors, of course, definitely are there, for you. And what could be holding you back or so? Justice is interesting. We see the symbol of justice for you. So we have 3 major arcana cards coming up for you at this point. And what this means is that it's about observing things clearly, weighing the options, the negatives and the positives for you, being open, clear about decisions that you're making, and being just true to yourself and true to what's happening, also. Connecting with the divine forces, very important for you. They are watching you, after all. And so learning to really trust more in them. And it's not so much trying to find out who exactly is with you, so much is that trusting, that the good spirits are there and they're there to be of help to you. And just having more trust with them will be very important, in order to make things start to happen in the right way for you. Action and outcome is very interesting because we have the Magician here. Again, another magical symbol for you. So we have a lot of magical resources, especially with the Ace of Wands and the Magician for you. And the Magician certainly provides a lot of charisma, a lot of energy, a lot of freedom, which is, you're a very, independent person, a lot of free-spirited person as well. You've always done things on your own. You've marched the beat of your own drummer, which is very good and has connected you, with spirit, very strongly throughout your life and what you've wanted to accomplish as well. And it's about, using that charisma, that energy in the right way, and just a little bit of restraint at times with certain things in certain areas will be helpful. Think before you do will be very helpful, for you, in order to get things done, in order to move in the right direction, and especially with connecting with spirit, whether it's through your spirit guides, your guardian spirits who are with you, the ancestors, connecting and tuning, just relax into it, calm and trust into it. Connect with them, make a stronger effort, but be relaxed about it. Don't be forceful, in it, and you must come to me. I may be exaggerating that there, but it's about just relaxing, trusting, and blending, and you will see and you will start to feel that will come through, and they will make themselves better known, and you'll have a stronger connection with them too. So I hope that answers your question and gives you some guidance, along the way. Moving along to Joanne. And relocation for you, Joanne. Okay, very good. Oh, that's interesting. So you're ready to take a leap, as well, from where you've been for a while now. So let's see. Just need some new energy, some new refreshment, for you. Let's see where that leads us. So as we move into your energy, all right, getting a sense of something already for you. Okay. All right. And final symbol. So this is a very concrete question for you. Any relocation for you soon? I feel immediately before I started, with the cards or whatever, I felt downsizing for you. So I felt about somehow it's about moving or freeing up things, lightening the load, downsizing. Perhaps it seems like moving into a smaller place or relocating to something smaller for you. It's about letting go of stuff from the past, letting things go, things that are accumulated that you no longer require, that are no longer needed. It's a freeing up your space, not just your physical space, but your personal your space as well too. Letting go of some of the old stuff, keeping what is relevant and valuable, and perhaps bringing in a few new things, to you, in your life as well. And that could be physical, but also emotional, personal as well for you too. So it's contemplation and thinking. We've been thinking about this for quite a while, as this symbol shows here. So we have the Two of Swords, there. And the Two of Swords is a symbol of contemplation, reflections, thinking about what my next thing to do is, my next phase. The moon is very prominent. You can see full moon. So definitely we have a full moon, very powerful coming up, a bit difficult once again. So be mindful of what you're thinking and how. Be easy in regards to thinking about, moving forward to something new at this time. It's a good time for reflection. That's true. I don't see a move happening immediately, which actually is a good thing, because the aspects are not there for this type of thing right now. And starting with May, as I said, Mercury retrograde is coming, but it's a good time to start planning and putting things together. As I always say, Mercury retrograde slows us down. It makes us think about things of the past, where we're at currently, what we need to do to really change. It gives us more of an opportunity to really think deeper into what we need to do for ourselves. And that can be beneficial because it offers a sense of quality, but as well as a sense of clarity, also during that time period. And so Mercury retrograde for those things is excellent, good energy for that. And that's in the next month or so. So it gives you time. You're not leaving immediately, which is a good thing. Once after June 6th and things go direct, then you can start thinking a little bit more about being more proactive in regards to that. We have the Hangman also here. So for here, it's like, contemplation right now is everything. Don't feel that, stagnated so much. Actually, this is a good thing for you. It's kind of odd that I interpret this particular symbol in this way, because it usually means that we're holding back too much and we need to get moving and get set and start going. It's like stop, hanging and get off and start, doing. In this case, it's not. It's about taking your time. There's no rush. But at the same time, eventually we do have to move on. It's not taking too long and procrastinating. I don't get too much of a sense here that you're procrastinating with this. It's more about right now taking your time in the right way, relax a bit, unusual, for this particular symbol, enjoy the moment. Things will start to move, but you got to get yourself moving. Don't get yourself too comfortable there, because then you're going to run into more of a problem. It's going to be harder for you to move forward then. The King of Pentacles is very helpful. Obstacles that can be removed. This king wants to be helpful in an area of abundance and even finances. So it's about connecting with the right person or so who could be mindful and helpful to you. We have Capricorn's energy here, which is very grounded energy also. Industrious. A good for, again, for earning money, for getting money. But again, you may have to work together with someone about this, whether it's paying them enough to be helpful and advice and helping you to formulate a plan, an idea to get going, or just to connect in regards to physically moving things or so also. And the finances, if they're a concern, somehow can be helpful, even if it's a second job or more money. Coming to in a second job, if you already have a second job, earning more money comes to you in some way. There's help on the way. You're not alone with this. So it's a good opportunity for that to happen, and that is there. You may have to work more for things. The money may not magically come to you, but nevertheless, you make the effort. It will, which will ease things in order to really get yourself up and running and moving about, because we do see change and movement happening for your future. And that's what the Chariot is talking about, is bringing all elements together. Past, present, moving to the future. It is time. So yes, you are right. And you're feeling good about making a change, relocating. And that's a good thing. And we see that things will start to come together as long as you tie in everything correctly, make the right plans, put things together, honor the past, let go of what is no longer relevant, bring in the future. Things will start to move, and then you're going to be going with it. And make sure that you're on point, that you're not lagging behind. As I said, my worry for you with the hangman was, okay, for now, this is okay. You can languish a bit and be okay, think and plan, but don't get too comfortable there and start procrastinating when the time starts coming a few months from now, because that will make you lag behind. And then once this energy of change and movement starts going, not everything will be there in place for you to get going properly. So make sure that you don't ease yourself too much into comfort, almost in a way, even in your discomfort for whatever reasons, because of fear of change, perhaps, even though we may be anxious to move and move about. But nevertheless, be ready. Do what you need to do. Don't be afraid. The time has come. You've waited long enough. So this is a good thing to do. It may be better for you in the long run, especially, it may be more affordable for you and better for you. Better place, new energy. And it works out well. Less stress. And that's what you need, less stress at this time. So things are progressing and moving in a good space for you. Cancerian energy is there, the moon energy is there, emotions are good. As long as you don't let them get the best of you, bring all the elements together to get off and move and do what you need to do for your future. So that's what that tells for you. And I hope that is relevant for you, and it serves as guidance for what you need to do, how you need to rethink things also to move forward. So move about here. So you're welcome, Valerie. I'm glad I was able to provide that with the help of Spirit for you. And we have Joanne here. Just with work and job, but yes, okay. So because in my turn, we also said artistic expression. Oh, thank you for that, Amy. Good. That's good confirmation. And let's see, we have Shane Lee, here. And hello, Shane. Welcome to you. And let's see. At this point, I think I remember you were on a while ago and you had the same question for this. And let's see what Spirit provides for you. So, Shane, let's see what comes about for this particular question. All right. Interesting. Well, in regards to your particular concern, we see relationship here, 6 of Cups, here. But things were not as clear as you may have thought. There's a bit of, let's say, of almost like an illusion here, a bit more of a dream like aspect to this relationship. So it seems that things weren't exactly as you may have thought they were between you and this person. And it seems like somehow it was almost like a dream-like thing than the actual reality of the relationship. And henceforth, that's why things kind of like separated, for that. In addition, we see here 7 of Wands, which is, difficulties, problems, things that we had to face or so. And it was about having to face them and having all our strengths to do that. As things, came upon us, and we had to face truths here that we may not have been ready to, and feeling that we had to almost combat against it, and doing everything I can somehow to defeat certain things here or make things happen. And it was a bit of a struggle, for that. And because of that, the wands are fire and energy. 7 is a worry symbol. Things, didn't quite work out that way, and there was a separation because things weren't really addressed, the way they needed to be. Queen of Pentacles here talks about groundedness, maternal energy, wanting the best for you, worry and concern, also for you, wanting the best for you, embracing you in that comfort so that you don't feel so emotionally affected and drained. Comfort is there. Help is on the way, wishing and praying for you for the best and for you an outcome, for you. So you have support from strong maternal energy, in regards to this situation for you. And it's just, worry and concern about your well-being in regard to this and wanting to see the best for you. Action and outcome, we see the Magician, here. So this is high energy. It can be very, beguiling, magical energy or so, but is it really what it needs to be? We have to be mindful. Is this relationship what I really thought it was? Or was I making more out of it just because I wanted it so bad? That's the thing here. And it's about being more realistic, in regards to relationship, with this relationship person, seeing what it is, the intensity, was it really reciprocated? Are you going to come back together or reconciling? I don't really see that really coming in anytime in the near future for you, unfortunately, as I see here. We have to get more realistic about what this relationship was, and was it really worth it? And was Dominique really the right person for you in the long run, or you were the right person for her? That's the thing. So here is where that lies. And it looks like, it's about, dealing with the reality of the situation and the separation and learning, some acceptance about it. That's the thing. So I will leave you, with that. But it's about comfort because you are being wished comfort and, and wellness for this to move forward in your life and eventually have the right relationship that would be just perfect, for you. And that may take some time, but that is what is being hoped, for you in time. So moving along. Yes, I see. Yes, I understand, Amy. You have, yeah, I can understand. Private practice and burning out from work, I know. I can get some of that too as well. So we have someone named Ray here. Thank you, Ray. Yes, I know. Thank you so much for the compliment. And yes, Ray, let's see. Okay. So let's connect for you. I'm just watching the time here. We've been on an hour at this point. Okay, very good. And oh, let me look at Christina's response. Very good, Christina. I know you're in the right way. Good, good. So that's starting to move and go on for you. Good. And Joanne, you're welcome. Amy, you're welcome. Pauline, well, in that Ray, it's more like ancestral galactic ancestors. As long as you connect with them, Pauline, they will come to you. And it's all about your connection, your sincerity with that connection, and your devotion to that. And you do that in that way, and those ancestors will also make themselves known, to you as well. And let's see. Okay, I'm just moving up to see who else is here. Let's see. You're welcome, Pauline. Okay. Nancy, hello. I was thinking about you the last few days. I needed to connect with you. Yeah, don't worry. I got some information for you. I got to connect with you, Nancy. If you're still on, for sure. Very good, Joanne. You're welcome. Also, we have a few more people here. I'm looking for this. And let's see. Yes, Nancy. All right, got a few people, so I got to make sure because time can fly with this. So back to Ray. once I find her again and her question. Yes, Ray, let's see. So let's move on for you. All right, Ray. So we're going to address your question right now. Okay, very good. That card seems to be prominent this evening. Getting that card over and over a few times. That's interesting. Very prominent. Magic is in the air. I'll explain in a moment. All right, Ray. So to address your question, all right. So definitely there is transition, going on, for you energetically. So that's why you're feeling a pull and a need for this. There is, I sense with you, there's a nice, gentle, peaceful energy with you, an aspect of you that is open, honest, and sincere in this, and wanting to help others as well as yourself. With this, there's a warmth to you with this, and it needs to be done with a sense of tranquility. First of all, there is transition going on for you in your life here as well. The death symbol has come up. That means it's letting go of the old. So some old stuff from the past is moving out finally, is dissipating, going where it needs to go. That energy is starting to finally dissolve, from your life, which is a good thing. Circumstances, situations also no longer as prevalent and are needing to go, and it's up to you also to help that let go as well. That's a good thing. New energies are coming. Next phase of life is coming into your way. The sun, as you saw in the symbol, the sun is behind Father Time here. The sun is starting to rise. There is a new beginning and a fresh start for you. There's more sense of peace for you and a lovely energy, here. Good feeling, for you. At least I sense it from you, which is lovely to feel. And you're no stranger to this type of sensational type of work that you wish to accomplish or do. And that is opening up for you more and more. You're still, in a way, in the early stages of this, even though you have knowledge already. More to come for you. There's more that you need to deal with and to let go of, to break apart. We see that here with the 10 of Wands, for instance. And that's what that means. You are in transition. You're a work in progress. And right now, it's about feeling that sense of liberty and freedom. Whenever we see a symbol of this sort, wands are fire, that's spiritual energy. And 10, of course, as I said earlier to another person before, is the dawning of a new beginning wanting to happen. Again, when we remove the 0 from the 1 in the number 10, that is 1. 1 is always new beginnings, fresh energy, fresh start to things. In this case, on a higher level. You've learned from the past. You've learned from hardship, from mistakes, from difficulties. Now you can apply that experience to a new beginning in a much higher, more evolved way. The spiritual aspect comes with that as well. You've learned through hardship and difficulties. Saturn, which is also a symbol that is denoted on this card, talks about learning through difficulty, through hardship, through reality. It doesn't sugarcoat anything. It's about learning groundedness. No rose-colored glasses. You had to learn, or it was going to just even be harder for you. So that's where you're at here. And it's about letting go and moving forth. I'm just picking up on an energy that came to me on the left all of a sudden. So there's energy from the past that needs to be moved out, gone. Anyone that there's any kind of resentment or so, whatever, be gone, no more. Don't let that have power over you. Let go. Doesn't mean that you forget. Karma will come for that individual or so. That will come to them. The circumstance, that karma will come to them. Nobody gets away with it, ever. Here or on earth. I've said that many times in this program. That will be for you. It's about being who you should have been from the start here. You have the right to be happy, to be free, to do everything that you've wanted, to have love, happiness, and joy. Do what you need to do. That is what will be. Whatever unfortunate experience from the past, learn from that. So it makes you stronger and better. A more open person, a more enlightened person, a more understanding, empathetic person for others. That means you have accomplished that learning and you've graduated and you'll move on to the next level. 4, what you need to do. The magician comes up. This is a very popular symbol this evening. Come up several times already. So magic is in the air, as I said before. And for you here, it's about trusting the right people and the right resources in your spiritual development and growth. Don't believe everyone, that talks about these things or so, or whatever. A lot of people are just in it for themselves and not really in it because they're being altruistic in helping others be empowered or grow in the right way. The only one who can really empower themselves is yourself. Take what they say, use your intuition, see what's genuine, see what's not. That will help you. Your intuition helps you in every single way. It's about going with feeling what is right for you, listening to your inner voice in whatever way that you're doing in your spiritual growth and development. Listening to what is right, what is helpful, what is real, that will help you out the most. That's how you will progress purely and correctly in spirit, so that you can do and accomplish more. And finally, we see 5 of Pentacles, which is a restless energy, an energy that can be uncomfortable because we're ready for a change and for a movement. We know that things are starting to move forward and progress. We may have some fears, some doubts in how we wish to move about. We may be feeling pressured into moving about as well. We feel that it's time. Something may be in the way that's making us having to accept, a move or a change. It's how we look at it that makes all the difference. If you look at change, with a sense of fear and, oh my God, this is going to be so tremendous, it's not going to make it that easy. If you look at it as a way that, well, I'm going to get going, no matter what I do, but I have to do it. It moves a little better, but it doesn't have that sense of what is right, what is good for you. If you look at things with a sense of smile, as I'll call it, a sense of smile, where you accept things as they are. You try to put things together as best as possible under your own control and belief. You look at things in a positive way and you move forward, then things start to work out in a better way. Sometimes making that move may not feel so positive. It may be even fearful even, because it's done out of necessity. But having a good outlook to things, having that energy working with us will bring in a good outcome, eases things, makes things start to flow better towards us as well, even through difficult situations. It can make difficult situations soften, and outcomes can come that you have thought and make it even better for you. So your progression is about your attitude, your perspective, how you view things, and how open, how devoted you are. That will help with your spiritual progression move in the right way. So I hope that information, that message was helpful to you. And Christina, yes, very good. Yes, and Joanne moving down the line. And oops, let's see. And we have Tracy White here. Tracy White, welcome. If you're still on, please ask a question in the chat window, one specific question, and we will do a tarot reading to address that question for you, to provide an answer, guidance, as Spirit, gives. Yes, yes. And Nancy already talked about, if you're still on board here, yes, we're going to get moving with that. I have some information for you and see about that. Yes, see. Again, let's see, Kelsey Renee. I'm fine, Kelsey. Hope you're doing good. I'm glad that you're here for the first time. Yes, you may get a reading, Kelsey. Just do what you need to do, honey. And let's see. Yes, I'm aware of that, Ray. That energy came through originally when I first started connecting with your question. So that's lovely confirmation, because I could feel the good, genuine, serene energy, for you, the healthy, energy that you that you have, that's for goodness, and light with yourself, with your own spirit and soul, and light to promote to others. So definitely you're in the right direction. Your energy is in the right place, and it's about moving forward in that way. Yes, you do. Teachers and mentors are very important. You're very welcome, Ray. I'm glad that was helpful for you. Let's see. So Kelsey, if you want to write down your question, please, because you're up next. And we'll get going with that. So let's see who comes aboard. I lost my own face here. Hold on. I'm moving scrolling the screen so much, I'm scrolling the Zoom screen right out of my own screen, so I can't see myself. Well, here I'm back again, just to scroll on the wall. So if Kelsey, if you're still there, if you can write your question in the chat window, please, so we can address that for you. Spirit is waiting. So let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, Kelsey. So that's a popular question this evening. People are asking about connecting the spirit, opening up more to their spiritual purpose, how they can move forward in that, how can they get more attuned, touch with their spiritual self, and whether for personal reasons or for exploring the opportunity of work and well-being. I see. Okay. Very good. Well, you're doing the practice in the right way from what I saw here with your question. Okay. Here we go. All right, lovely aspects. Very good. All right, Kelsey. So to address your question, number one, you have a beautiful and true desire for this. You are genuine about your connections. We have the star, which is the most auspicious and beautiful symbol, of the tarot, leading the way for you, which means the spirit definitely is with you very, very strongly. The connection between the human and the divine is there and in place, and has been for a while. There is your genuineness, your openness for spirit and for connection. There is no concern about that. No confusion there. You have it. You have that closer than you realize. All it takes is your meditation to be just more open and more relaxed with that, and trust what you receive in your meditation. Meditation, after all, is the quieting of the mind to receive from spirit inspiration, answers, the wonder of spirit, the comfort of spirit, for you. to offer you that guidance, to offer you that support to move forward. That energy is there, no question. This has no negative connotations, unless if you go a little spaz off into fantasy in regards to spirit and spiritual work. In this case, I don't really see that as so. It's about being realistic about things and grounded, also. So that's very important. As long as we're, true and genuine and focused in the right way, we will establish connection with spirit. That is no concern. Have no fear, with that. Justice is another symbol that comes for you as well. And justice offers clarity, reality, and the truth. So it's about really what you're doing. It's about being clear with your work, clear with your intentions, weeding out the negative, weeding out what could not be really what is best. Here, over expectations of things are not going to be helpful. We have to be wise, balanced, here. We use our imagination as an example, and you may be doing this in your meditations, to visualize. That is the doorway to spirit. But we also have to make sure that we discern what is real as opposed to what is just purely our imagination. That takes work and experience. In essence, not getting carried away. To bring the elements of reality and spirit together in balance and harmony. Ultimately, it is trust. As I've said many times, when it comes to developing in spirit and working in spirit, it's trust, belief, and confidence that this is so, that it is real. I was taught that a long time ago from my mentors. And I've taken that, and it has always helped me through my readings and through connecting with spirit. Always, always, always. It's about going beyond trusting. It's going beyond feeling. A mentor of mine, the great psychic and medium Paula Monti, once taught to us that it's about going beyond that. It's about going beyond trust. It's going beyond even confidence. It's knowing. Knowing that what you're sensing, what you're feeling is there, is true, is real. And she was absolutely right. So it's just going beyond that. You have to know it in order for that to really connect and for you to be able to work in the right way. So those words are coming to you because that is what Spirit provides through here to provide to you. It's a connection. It's putting that energy out to you, to inspire you, to be clear, to have that faith, that confidence, that belief. But more than anything is to have the knowing that it's genuine and it's real and it's there. Moving along, the Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles is a very grounded, is the earth. Pentacles are of the earth. The Queen is motherly, maternal energy, embracing, comfort, nurturing. That is what you need to do for yourself. That is what you promote to others. There is one or more who bring that energy to you, that comfort, that nurturance. That's what the Queen of Pentacles always does. It is a mother, a motherly person, a motherly energy that is there embracing you, wanting the best for you. Here on earth, especially, and also through spirit, meaning that you are taking care of everything that you need, everything that you want, but making it real for you. And then finally, we have another lovely symbol. The Ten of Pentacles comes up, here for action, outcome, for you. The 10 is a wonderful symbol. As I said before, it is the symbol that signals a new beginning and a fresh start for you. Once you take care of things and tie up loose ends or so and let go of certain things and do what you need to do. The 10 opens opportunities for you. This 10 of Pentacles especially is wonderful in regards to opening up new opportunities. In your case, you wish it to be for spirit. That is what it needs to be. It will shows that you are just about there. You're ready. You're doing things right, as I said to you from the beginning when we started the reading for you. You're there. You have everything that you need, everything that you have to know to really move to the next level. You have support from others who tell you, yes, you're there. You have the talent, you have the ability to do it and to move forward and to, just to connect and to establish that. Move forward. The only thing that holds you back may be, again, a lack of self-confidence and not trusting, perhaps not trusting yourself or not trusting in spirit. Letting go of those vestiges, letting go is the hardest thing to do, but it's also the only thing that can be done to really establish connection with the divine energies. That's the way it works. And always, it's light, it's energy, it brings you love. That's what it brings for you. So you're ready. You're doing things in the right way. Just more confidence and knowing is what it takes to make that connection. Relax into it. Don't worry. Don't put a little bit of negativity there, because then it starts to diminish that connection. And that's why you maybe feel a bit frustrated about why things aren't happening or so. You have to give it time. Spirit will come to you when the time is right, when they know that you are ready and you are eased into it, that you trust into it, that you just go with it, you relax into it. You're not worried about, am I going to make this connection? Am I going to reach that spiritual goal? It isn't about that. It's about just letting go, which can be very difficult to do, but let it go. They will come to you. It will come to you, and then you will know it, and then they will make themselves better known for you. And then the connection is there, and then you'll have your, and then you'll feel wonderful, and you'll feel bliss. That's what you need to do for this. So you're on your way. Good for you. And Amber, hello Amber, welcome. Yes, you may have a reading. Just please place your question, a specific and clear question, into the chat window, and then we will use the tarot to address your question. So we'll wait for that. How are we doing for time? 10:41. So very good. At this point, we're coming to the conclusion. So Amber, you will be the last question. So we're going to do, I said, an hour and a half, and unfortunately I got a little bit of a late start, so we're going to honor the hour and a half, and we're going to finish, in about 3 minutes or 3 or 4 minutes. So if you can type in your question quickly, you will be the last one for this evening. But I hope for all of you out there that this evening was enlightening for you and helpful, and that you received, the messages from Spiritual Tarot, for you. We had some energies coming through and working with us as well here. So very pleased with that. And your questions were very clear and straightforward. So thank you for that. And I appreciate you. It makes it easier to connect more accurately, and more clearly for you with your questions. And here we go with Amber. You're well. I'm glad it was very helpful for you, Ray. Thank you for that. And Amber, here we go. All right. So this is a relationship question for you. Okay. All right. Let's address that question. All right, Amber. Let's put this together for you here. Well, well, well. All right, Amber. So, Amber, immediately what comes through is, big change and transition for you. And of course, not in the way that you would have hoped for or liked, obviously. So there were some elements here, some negativity that came through. You hear this discernment, disagreements, or so. We have, the devil symbol come up, which tells about, things of difficulty, strife, complications that came up, for you in regards to relationship with your boyfriend here, which is partly the reason why there was this separation that occurred. I know you had a long-standing relationship or so here, but there were some elements here that were not working too well, or let's say in a healthy way, or the best, here. So that's why this came to a conclusion, to put it very simply and plainly for you. And yes, it was greatly disappointed or so, but it came to be. There were some disagreements here, some behaviors here that were not the best. And that's why this needed to come to its, to its conclusion, as we see, for that. And it's about changing behaviors, changing things in a way that needed to be done here. The good news is that you're in a state of a new beginning, for you. And we had the 10 of Pentacles come up. Interesting, it came up again a second time. So that's a strong positive for you. On the earth plane, because Pentacles are of the earth. If you were listening before, 10 denotes a change that is coming for you. It clears the air. New start, new beginning in a positive way for you. If you choose to go that route and you accept things as they are and let go of the past, because there were things there that were not really the best, unfortunately. Some things were working out very nicely or so, in a good way. Absolutely. Absolutely, on both sides of things. It was a strong, solid relationship there for 2 years. But there were certain elements that came up that got in the way. I sense, some negative things that came up or so that caused this to come to an end. Unfortunately. I know that you're feeling this a great deal. I know that this has taken a toll on you. You were hoping for this to be the long-lasting relationship. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out to be. And being 2 years or so, I can understand, certainly. But certain elements came that, that got in the way there, that were not the best thing, and that needed to break and go for the time being. Will he come back to you? Let's see, we have to go a little bit further there. But in regards to you, it's an opportunity for a new beginning and a fresh start, which is a good thing. And, you have it in you. You have in you to take care of yourself and do what you need to do. Have a little more trust in yourself, in capability, which you already do, I do believe. You can take charge and take care of things on your own. And responsibilities, well, if there are responsibilities there that you have to take care of, that you're going to have to do. And get, whatever assistance and help that you may need in order to make that happen, to make it, comfortable and well for you, especially from a financial aspect and support. It's about being responsible and doing what needs to be done, to make that continue and go, there. But, but as for you as a person, you can do this. You can be on your own and you can be well. That's the important thing to know. You didn't start with this relationship before 2 years ago, after all. You are yourself. And now you're back to yourself again. You managed all that time before you got into this relationship. You can certainly manage again afterward on your own and as yourself. So it's about taking care of yourself and just, looking at yourself and seeing what you can accomplish and what you can do. And be proud of yourself and what you can do on your own. Because you can. You have it in you. Moving along, we have the Fool. So this has many connotations to it. It talks about, once again, you're on your own at this point, and it's new. Once again, not unfamiliar, but it's new. And it's about moving forward in your life. You may not feel so comfortable about it. It may be fearful, but it's time for you to start, getting a move on it instead of like staying, in the same place, perhaps ruminating about your relationship. And there's a chance for it to continue or not or whatever or so. And what you need to do is at this point is you got to push yourself and move forward. It almost feels like you may have to take a leap of faith, that you are going to be all right on your own and feel good again on your own. Whether your boyfriend comes back or not, that's another thing. But the important thing is that you know that you have to rely, number one is you. And what makes you happy is number one, you. It doesn't mean that you're being selfish. It means that you're being healthy and not losing yourself in a relationship. It means about being independent, but at the same time being in a relationship as well. The more you make yourself happy first, the better a relationship is anyway. That is more of a learning experience or a relearning experience for you. So it's about taking that leap of faith. Finally, the Nine of Wands is an interesting symbol because it is the future. You may be feeling uncertain about it, even frightened about it, but have a sense of excitement also. It's time for you to move forward, boyfriend or not. Galvanize all of your strengths. The lion here symbolizes the physical strengths that you have. Get them all working in order, up and running. Do what you need to do to be the physically best that you've ever been in your whole life. The serpent in the front of that wand talks about your mental strengths. And if you see that in the middle wand there, before the figure, there's a serpent there. That is mental aspects and strengths. It is sharpening your mind, making yourself stronger than ever mentally in all areas to move forward in your life. Being ambivalent, about the future, that's okay. That happens when we have to start anew in a way and on our own again. But think of it as something new and exciting. What I sense for you regarding this relationship, Amber, I see, and I'm getting a sense of an opportunity there where there may be some communication with your boyfriend here on some level about getting back together again. Let's say that there's a small opportunity for that to happen. And I mean small. Is it the best thing in the long run? If you can work things out right, there's a mutual understanding. Behaviors are in the right place for both of you. A clear-cut understanding of what the relationship needs to be. With healthy behaviors, mutual respect, fresh new view of things also, genuine caring, trust, then there can be an opportunity for this to flourish once again. Even though I get a sense it's very small right now, but I get a sense of it. But things have to be reworked and really communication has to be clear. If it's not, or there's a fault on either side, okay, then this is not going to work. And there'll be separation once and for all. That's what I'm receiving for you in regards to this situation. Just be aware that you need to be focused more on yourself and doing what is right for you and what is best for you. It's about self-love, self-care, and self-empowerment. It's about being number one for yourself. Should this relationship come back, or if you go into a new relationship entirely, always remember that you have to love yourself. As old and as cliche as that sounds, it is true. You have to be sure and confident and clear about yourself and love yourself first. When you do that, then you can love others gigantically and purely and wonderfully. The relationships then will be better than ever by doing that. If you have a lack in yourself, yet you're loving somebody else, because in a way they fulfill something for you because they filled, let's say, whatever's missing in you, that's going to always be a problem. A relationship will never be what it's supposed to be, 100% equal and more. So take that message to heart. I hope that is helpful to you and beneficial, and I hope things work out. One way or another, things will always work out for the best for you. That is for sure. And I'll leave you with that. On that note, our time has come to a conclusion. So messages that were given, if anybody out there was listening and didn't ask a question, always remember that when we do readings like this in a gallery style format, a lot of times the message that is given to one can be very, very relevant for others out there, you know, too. Spirit does work in that way. It gives messages in a way that is meant for the particular person who asked it, but others out there who are listening in or didn't get an opportunity to ask, yet is it similar to the situation that they're going through or something resonates there for them, that message from Spirit is also meant to help you. It is for you to see the light, to get that light bulb moment, as they call it, and have that connection. That message was also meant for you. And that was meant to help you and to give you guidance and light. So remember that as well. So for all of you out there who are watching this, you're very welcome, Amber. You're very, very welcome. I'm glad that you found the messages helpful, meaningful, and so far from the positive feedback I got this evening, it looks like that all of that was answered. So I am very, very happy about that. Thank you so much. And thank you for coming together to enjoy this evening and to come and commune, you know, because that's what this is all about, metaphysical communion. For those of you who are new to this, please, you know, join my page, DeAngelis Colon Transpsychic Express, where this Zoom is being presented on. So you can connect with me, and if you want private readings or so, you can certainly connect through Messenger to me. If you look on my page, you see that I have a listing of appointment times, days and times that you can select as well. So you can just message me and select the time there, and we can arrange for a private, a one-on-one reading, which can be done through this format, Zoom, or through Skype, you know, also. And details will be provided about the readings, etc., you know, from there, okay? So just putting that out there also. We will be back again next week for the season finale of Metaphysical Communion. So that'll be a very exciting program, you know, also. And we'll do a combination of things. So I'll be posting, you know, soon about the season finale for next Friday night. So once again, it'll be very exciting, wonderful, and I hope you all can come back and join me. I hope that new people will be out there as well. Please share, you know, the page, you know, to your friends, family, or others who you might think find this interesting. And hopefully they can come and join us also next week, you know, too. They can also look into my page, DeAngelis Colon Transpsychic Express, because I put a lot of interesting educational information out there pertaining to the metaphysical, paranormal, psychic, mediums, you know, wellness, you know, that you can read, learn more about. Hopefully will help you with your spiritual development also, and you can find and explore more on your own. All right. So, and also this program will be, you know, placed on my YouTube channel called, of course, Metaphysical Communion, you know, on YouTube. So you can find me there as well. You can subscribe to my page, you know, on YouTube under Metaphysical Communion, and you will see the listings for programs that I've presented in the past, this entire season, for instance, season 2, will be there, and programs from season 1, also are presented there too on the YouTube channel. So you can look at those, see about the subjects we've talked about, see about readings that I've done, educational things that I've taught, PowerPoint presentations that I've given, some of the strange, funny, goofy things that have happened also in some of those programs as well. So it's a whole combination of things that I present, there for you to view and to enjoy and to learn, also. So thank you. I'm so grateful for this evening. I'm so happy that you were able to join and I was able to work with Spirit. I thank Spirit and my guides and the blessed ones that came through for you and for me once again, for this evening. And it's always a joy to work with you and to be with you. And I look forward to it again next week. So on that note, as always, good luck, many blessings. Have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week ahead, and we'll come back together again, next week on Metaphysical Communion. So everyone, be well, blessed, love, happiness. I'm just scrolling down here to see who else is here. And let's see, before I go, let's see. Any other questions that may come up? For those of you who may have asked questions or whatever, please, do so as well. And let's see. What else? Now, there's a particular person here watching named Hanen who's trying to direct message and ask for, work apparently for her to give you readings or so. That is something that's not permitted on this page, first of all. And you will be blocked from this page. You're not the first person to do this. Very unprofessional and very inappropriate. So that's unfortunate. That will not be allowed. So on that note, I will be blocking you from coming back into this program, into this page, just to let all of you know. So very clear. But on that note, let's finish with a positive here. And again, wishing you many blessings, good fortune, love and light to you. And once again, we'll see each other next week on Metaphysical Communion. Love, light, and blessings to each and every one of you. Bye-bye.